right, here we go. Set number 2 on Roomberg. Yeah, like you mentioned, Philip. Insidious Gaming going with a very standard lineup.
Yeah, well, once again, just to precise things over, Insidious Gaming starting as the blue team up north, and their opponents, of course, UAD as the yellow team down to the south. And yeah, just triple 110s, pair of 50s 100 for Insidious Gaming, so that's almost identical to their selection from last set, except that Grids had a KV5. And when it comes to UAD, well, they've got double 110, an IS3, a 1390, and of course that 4-6 Vafate.
Yeah, a little bit surprising actually coming out from the You Are Dead side. I mean, just that tank lineup, yeah, I was going to say they're going to go for the field area. Like, they are going to go for that. Almost every single one of their tanks now moving out to the eastern field area.
You know what? I would have traded that 1390 for either an AMX-50
or another
Borsig or a T69 at least. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's just, I don't really understand what they're going to try to just accomplish with such a light tank. I may be wrong though. I mean, you know, once again, this is UAD, so they must be thinking of something very specific here. But yeah, once again, ISG with a very standard defensive setup. You can't see it on your screen right now, but on the observer, I can tell you that right now they're just like pretty much monopolizing that western plaza towards the inner city, and they're not budging from there. So it's going to give them the option of either to attack or to defend their own position, depending on what UAD decides to do.
Yeah, definitely. So You Are Dead with a very solid defensive line here along the kind of center part of eastern part of the map. Just right along that kind of center road there, most of the tanks lined up here, and we do see Insidious Gaming completely monopolizing the city area. And you know, they have one of their T1s kind of by the base, and what I would do is, you know, Black Forest kind of right in the center of the plaza, I would send them a little bit more down south, just because there are absolutely no You Are Dead tanks down.
Well, they can't know that.
Well,
I mean,
they can't know that, but I think it's worth the risk.
Right. Or at least try to send him more towards the city edge, because either, basically, it doesn't take rocket science. Like right now, UAD tanks are either squatting their own starting position, or they're out to the field. There's no other way, pretty much. Yeah. So, yeah, for ISG, I would have to agree with you. Just they should either send like Black 4 a little down, or at least to the east. Because
the thing is, let's say for example, you know, Black 4 goes down there and he spots, you know, tanks. You know, he gets killed. Then that means, you know, Insidious Gaming know exactly where the You Are Dead tanks are, and they can just continue to stay in this position. However, if Black 4 progresses down there and he stays alive and he realizes that absolutely no one is down there, then Insidious Gaming know 100% for sure that, you know, You Are Dead are out there to the field, and then they can reposition actually, kind of facing in that direction, and they can be more focused on, you know, on the actual engagement. Oh, look at this. You Are Dead actually pushing up here. They realize that Insidious Gaming aren't out to the eastern part of the map, so they're sending their T1 first, and then Nomi's right behind him here, sending him way to the northeastern part of the map. Gonna just make sure absolutely sure that no one is up there, and then once they clear this area, I'm sure that the other tanks will progress there as well. Yeah, the T1 on the Insidious Gaming side is right by the base, so you know, Nomi has to be a little bit careful here. You know, Raven K definitely has to go in first, and then just make sure that he gets vision onto the T1 on Insidious Gaming side, but make sure that Nomi is still hidden. Insidious Gaming
still plenty of time though. I mean, like, we're down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, it's just once again, ISG are pretty just comfortable waiting because they know they can just easily defend their own base if there's going to be a capture, and they still, from where they are, they can still have a crack at the southern base as well. And like, yeah, I think they just heard you out. They're sending Black 4 down now. On the observer, I can see it.
Yeah,
they're sending like
that area out.
Yeah, just they're slowly but surely Black 4 is creeping down. So very soon they're going to realize that nobody's home, which means that UAD players are all the way out to the field. And well, they're going to have two options at that point. Either just go for a sudden base capture of their own, or just try to reposition more towards their own base and towards the edge of the city to defend what is sure to be a UAD push.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think UAD is going to push like very, very soon actually, because they're all like very well positioned. I think the Borsig,
yeah, he made it all the way up there to the north.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be able to crack shots like all the way towards the inner city as well.
The thing is, actually, if you want to go for the push, so they got to go soon before Insidious Gaming actually has control of the southern part, or actually before they realize that a push is going on. Because if Insidious Gaming, you know, kind of spot this early, And if they are able to come back, then
you know what, the UAD positioning
actually,
is fantastic. It's fantastic because
yeah,
they've got the city edge completely covered, so that's not even going to allow Insidious Gaming to just go for a flank on the city edge side.
Yeah, both teams actually spotting each other though.
This is. Yeah, honestly, I think UAD is going to pull this off. No, I mean, it is premature.
It's all going to come down to that Borsig.
Yeah, no, it's all premature to actually just call that, but their positioning is phenomenal at this point.
Yeah, look at this. Actually, Legacy Janet moving up there to possibly start the base
he's going to start the capture right at the corner, and in order to take him down, well, they're just going to have to come out of cover.
Insidious Gaming also repositioning. They know what is going on right now, and they're sending up most of their tanks just to try and get more angles onto these UR Dead members
But
here.
you know what? To take out Legacy Jana right now, they're going to have to come out of cover, and hence that Borsig will be able to shoot them down.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they got to be careful though. And the thing is, I love this. What UR Dead are doing is because they're forcing, they're forcing an engagement where that Borsig is very beneficial.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? That's because they were given all the time in the world to position themselves like they wanted. And those tanks like guarding the city edge towards the middle is brilliant. Is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, but look at this Nomi going down there in the AMX-13. That extremely lightly armored tank immediately getting taken down there. So it's a 7-tier point advantage currently going in favor of Insidious Gaming.
Oh, Grits is landing shot after shot. This is brutal. This is brutal.
Yeah.
Well, make that 8 now.
Okay, now it's 8. Okay, so right now Insidious Gaming, actually they still have to worry about the base capture because
they do.
So they can't just camp and wait for
exactly.
For UAD to come at them.
And honestly, that's about the only thing that might just save UAD at this point.
Exactly.
And you know what? I said it from the get-go. Why would you roll out with a 1390?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that 1390 is really good for clearing out those T1s, and that push in particular, it's very crucial, for that northern area to be cleared out here. But
see, Elite was trying. Okay, Elite was trying to flank towards the city edge, but like Onionhead was waiting for him. Like I'm loving that cover. Just really, it's just brilliant.
Oh, they're going in here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. That guys. Well, they had no choice but to do that.
Oh, he's taking so much damage. So, the Borsig actually, I think, landing on Nikolai there from the eastern part of the field area. Legacy Jan about to go down here. Yeah, 45 health. Oh, yeah, he goes down. This is a huge, enormous advantage for Insidious Gaming. Yeah,
Godcat1's about to go down too. It's kind of unfortunate. Like, really, it's just because the positioning from UAD was brilliant for this assault. But once again, they're lacking firepower. They really are. Just... You know what? That 1390 should never just... Okay, yeah, you're right. Like, it is a great, like, T1 cleaner up. But in terms of firepower, they can't withstand those 50s 100, like, Grits with already 2 kills here.
Yeah.
And those 110s as frontline tanks, obviously, it's just like, yeah, even if you've got one Borsig, like, obviously, he can land a lot of damage, but you just... Firepower-wise, like, UAD is just not... It can't withstand, like, the opposition right now.
Yeah, honestly, I think on this map in particular, on Runeberg, the AMX-13 is the most beneficial when there's fights out to the east. When it's out in the open over there to the eastern field area, those AMX-13s are just so great at just outmaneuvering the heavier forces. But when it comes down to a city battle with one team, in the city, or both teams in the city even, the AMX-13s just aren't as effective. Is because with these corridors and with the buildings and everything, with all the cover, those AMX-13s just have no way to out-damage or outlast the heavy takes.
The Borsig was annihilated at this point. Aki was shut down by those 50s 100s, so that's 3 kills for Grits now. This is brilliant.
And almost clean sheet victory by